pilots and the swimming pool, as he said. There is more to life than just the swimming pool. We need to access the dinner table equally so. There is no one who must eat the crumbs from the table of the master like Lazarus. We must all be on the same level, sit on the same chair, eat on the same plate. We can't afford to live on the crumbs. We can't afford to buy second-hand cars that were driven by white men and claim that we're equal now.
Yeah, no. You're pointing at me, so I'm thinking that you know that I was about to buy a second-hand car, but it's fine. I'm not going to buy it. My brother, are you? You have a business. You're going to tell us your business as well, your company, or if you're on any other social network that I didn't, mention, so that our people can also, engage with you before you give us your closing argument.
I'm Woody Elmond.
Okay, let's take this one. You're live on Swan. Good morning. Hello. Okay, no, we drop it another time.
I am Woody Elmond on both Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a boring character on social network.
Oh, okay.
I just speak about traveling.
You have a company. Do you have a company?
I am a member of Feeding the Multitudes.
Oh.
I think that is the structure I prop myself for.
Yeah.
I'm a co-founder together with a brother who called earlier on, and other members as well.
Okay.
I am a co-owner of Loud Joy Music. It's a band.
Okay.
I love that band.
You don't come across as a musician, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was not invited to sing in the studio. I mean, I would have blessed your listeners if you've given me that opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Nonetheless, I'll do that some other time when I'm afforded the opportunity. Yeah, so I'm a Woody Elmond, basically. My closing remarks. Look, on the 21st of February 1965, the black community was deprived a black soul. Malcolm X was shot at a rally where he was about to address on the social injustice that the black community was subjected to in America. On the 4th of April 1968, just 3 years after Malcolm was assassinated, Martin Luther Jr. was shot at his house. 2 black leaders, unapologetic, fighters and proponents of black liberation, and to this day, people who fight for black liberation are still targeted. You go to America today, there are reports police left and right, they are killing black people. And you come to South Africa, a black life is still cheap. That's why the campaign Black Lives Matters has gained such support from the black community, because many people have come to realize that we have accepted that colonialism has taken a different shape, and neo-colonialism requires us to unite and how we fight it different to how we really fought your colonialism, because neo-colonialism, the guardians and superintendents, lieutenants of neo-colonialism are not whites anymore. They are black people. Black presidents are defending a white supremacy system. Black brothers and sisters in these institutions are defending white supremacy. The education system can be transformed because they have installed black brothers and sisters to protect the system that has for many years deprived black people equal rights to anybody. Go to America, black people die every day. Who's the president? It's a black brother, right? Son of a slave from Kenya. I mean, so what I want to close with is that we are not done. In any case, even generations after us, they would not be done. Probably their struggle will be different to ours. There will be a struggle of engineers and scientists probably who want to change society different to how we have changed it. So for as long as humanity lives, we can't say we are done with anything. But the point that I'm driving home is that where we are, we need to understand that we are fighting a new form of oppression, right? Where in the rest of the earth, Frantz Fanon says, Now, when you have a black government in power, black brothers and sisters rush to amass wealth to themselves, right? They want to be rich, and they forget the fact that the fundamental point that united all of us to fight for the independence of Africa was to transform Africa such that no African child can sleep hungry. But today, those who are in power have forgotten that. So literally what we're saying is that white supremacy today is protected by even black brothers. So racism, like we have said, institutionalized as it is, different for us to really fight it as it is mainly because we are trying to compete, right, on who can get a bigger slice of the cake, while the actual issue or the main issue is who owns the bakery itself. So we are fighting as black brothers over a cake. We are fighting as black brothers over the slice of a bread, while the factory is owned by someone that we don't know. Ask anybody then, who owns the Reserve Bank of South Africa? You won't know. Who owns ABSA? Who owns FNB? Who owns, sorry for mentioning these things on live on air, I apologize, and yes. Who owns all these things? You won't know, right? The reason we do not know is because we have the governments that are explained by Frantz Fanon that it becomes preoccupied with petty things. It becomes preoccupied with the kind of cars that ministers must drive. It becomes preoccupied with the salary that and the packs that ministers must get. It becomes preoccupied with less critical issues than main issues that led Africa to where it is. Now let's make a call that the rise of Africa, for Africa to shine, it will require us to really go exactly to where the Portuguese went when they took the first slaves from Africa. Go exactly to where America went when it wanted oil from Africa, and say we are putting stop to this and we want the independence, the liberation, the economic repositioning of South Africa, of Africa and all its parts, right? To become the master that it was way before, when civilization took place in Egypt, and when Timbuktu used to be the best university in Mali and in the world, therefore. So in conclusion, let's just say to our people, Ngugiwa Diongo says, decolonize your mind as an African child. Go on, read books by Hendrik John Clark, read books by Dr. John Buchanan, read books by African scholars who have spent their time fighting for the liberation of this country, and have written so much about paths and ways in which we can really undertake to liberate this particular country. And this subject, of course, my brother, it's a very broad subject. It won't take 2 hours, it won't take 3 hours. It will probably take us a year in our lifetime fighting for the liberation of this country. But I salute everybody who gave his attention and listened to us, and everybody who might have missed this but will catch it from his friends. I think for that I must appreciate also the opportunity you gave us, and MoAfrika wa Maila and everybody else. Thank you, and I salute you.